So this look is going to be super simple, super easy. I'm going to go in with Laura Cosmetics. This is her nude primer. This is a skin tone primer, and what we're going to be doing is a zodiac rising sign look, which is Capricorn. So I'm a rising sign Capricorn, and I wanted to do a look related to that. So let me do my brows and let me show you what I do. You know, I'm never prepared for this stuff ever. So Beauty Creations brow soap. I already have my water that I normally have next to me to dip this, or even if I decide to use water activated liners, I go in and do that. So I have it handy with me at all times, handy with me on my dresser, you know, my table, my vanity. So like the other video, if you gotten a chance to check out my other video, that one was to match my nails. If you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, go ahead and check that out. I do pretty much the same routine with my brows, but this one I think I'm going to go a little bit lighter. And we're going to scoop those up a bit and then shape them. Don't think I got enough on there, but we will make do. So I like to kind of like spike them up a little bit, and then what I like to do is kind of bring out those stray hairs and kind of just bring them down. Just kind of forming them into the brow shape that I want. Just like that. Okay, let me show you the brow pencils that I'm going to use. Okay, so I normally use ash brown and black, but since I'm going a little bit lighter, I'm going to use caramel and black. So let's go in with caramel first. And what we're doing is, we're going to just shape out our brows to where we like them to be. Also filling in any little gaps that I need. Something like that. And then bringing the hairs down like that, making your arch, and then following along the line of your natural lashes, just like so. And I'm just gonna fill this in just a little bit more, making my brows, my brow shape. That's what I'm doing. So I just add a little bit of kind of figuring out where you want your arch to go, where you want your brow hairs to be with the lighter one, and also coloring it in so that way you know where to put the black. So something like that. So with the black, I go in and I dropped it. So with the black, I go in and I do hair strokes just to add in extra hairs that I do not have back into my brows, just to darken up where we put the color caramel, like so, just to give yourself the illusion of having more brow hairs. That's what we're doing. Just lightly going over the other hairs and then making sure that we have all the spots. Covered, just like that. Okay, so now from this spot, I'm gonna go in with the primer. And you can use a beauty blender or you can use a flat fluffy brush. Any kind of fluffy brush that you want. I'm gonna go in with this one for now. And then just apply it all over your lid just like so. So you want to evenly put this all around your lid, going up to the brows, kind of also giving them their shape with the primer at the same time. So I like using the nude primer because it allows the browns to show up a little bit better, a little bit more natural. For like natural looks, I use the nude eye base, or if I'm doing any kinds of browns, I like using that. The white base I like using for all my vibrant colors, or pretty much all my everyday looks. I will use that one. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for a good minute just so it can dry down just a little bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that that is a bit dry, we're gonna go in with our Luxe Celtic palette, and we're gonna go in with this one here. It's called Sixpence, I think it's called. So if you are looking for a palette, this is Luxe Celtic, and she has it on her website, luxebeaesthetics.com. And we're gonna go in with this one. I am going to do a eyeshadow that I have not done before, so this is a very first for me. So I'm going to take that brown with an angled brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my crease line just like so. Just like that. So just like that, and then I'm going to add a little bit more onto here, and then I'm just going to follow my line here and go up into a wing shape. So I'm gonna add a little bit more here just to give it a little bit more of a line. So I do have hooded eyes, so I'm not sure how this is going to look on my eyes, but we are going to make it work. So I'm going to thicken this line here and make that a little bit sharper here. So we will be using a darker brown. I just wanted to add this lighter brown first, and then we'll use the darker brown just at the ending of it. And we're gonna stop mid-section there. Just like that. All right, so from here, we're gonna go in with the color, this one here. This one is Q-U-A-I-C-H. I'm not going to butcher that name. We're gonna go in with another angled brush. This is a darker brown. So we're gonna follow underneath that one that we just did, just to darken it up a little bit. Just like that. So what we're going to do is blend both of those together. Just like that. And then again, we're gonna follow the line down here, and we're gonna darken this up, adding a little bit more onto my brush and just making my wing and darkening the wing up. We will also bring in that brown just a little bit and just kind of like smudge it up into the crease just a little bit and not much. So, okay, going back into that brown, that lighter brown, you're going to go and over straight into the middle of the darker brown and just kind of blend them both together. Because on the top we're gonna add in a lighter brown just to blend them both together. And then again in the lighter brown, and then we're just going to add that one to this one. Bringing it in just a little bit. So this is kind of similar to a kind of like a reverse smoky eye. That's what we're doing. Okay, so with a small fluffy brush, we're gonna go in with a really light skin tones color. That one is Olding Stone from the same palette we just used. Tap off the axis, and we're just going to add her to the very top, and we're going to blend it with the lighter brown. Just like so. And we're also going to use the lighter brown to blend a little bit more with that. Kind of like a going back and forth, a swooshy motion. Like I said in my other one, I do swooshing, I do circular motions, I also do a tap and swipe, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now, is tapping and swiping. I'm not blending too harshly because you still want to leave that line there. So what I'm going to do is go in with that angled brush, go in with the lighter brown, and I'm going to, ooh, that was the wrong brown, I think. Let me just make sure. No, that's the actual brown. That's the brown. Okay, I'm good. And then I'm going to just add, kind of like flare it out a bit. Just like that. Finding the other brush that we just used to blend. We're gonna go back in and we're gonna blend ever so slightly to that one. Like so. And then I'm just gonna blend up a little bit more of this one, this here. Like so. Okay, so and here's the tricky part. Now we're gonna do that right there into the wing that we have going there. Okay, so same color, Othing Stone or any light brown, light kind of color that you have. You're gonna go in, I'm adding it to my whole lid because we're going to throw in some shimmer. You can also do a cut crease. To be honest, I really do not like cut creases for the simple fact that my hooded eyes do not love cut creases because everything that I put down here ends up on the top of my lid, which I do not like. So, and I'm sorry that I am getting sick due to allergies. So, how fun, right? Allergies. Okay, so we're going to add this here. Okay, so with I'm gonna find my nose. I don't want a brush that's too big. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find a brush. Okay, so now that I found the brush that I was looking for, so we're gonna go in. This is a flat brush. It has an angle to it, so it is an angled blending brush. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with the lighter brown that we did, which is the 16 sixpence, that one. And we're just going to kind of just blend her up a little bit. Blend her a little bit towards the front. Just like so. So with the same brush, we're gonna go in with Othing Stone, which is the lighter skin tone color. We're gonna add her to the same exact brush, as you can see, and I'm just going to blend that into that one, just making it a bit lighter and kind of bringing it up a little bit at the same time. Like so. And then, let me see, I'm gonna go in with the darker brown that I did in the first one. The second one, I'm gonna add her to the bottom just to darken that part out. And then we're going to repeat the process. Little by little, it will start to come together. You just have to trust the process. Makeup has no rules. You just have to trust the process. and trust what you're doing. Okay, so now going in with the lighter brown, the really light brown or skin cone color, and we're going to add her to the top of that. So now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small blending brush. I'm going to add a little bit of the really light skin tone color and a tiny bit, the tiniest bit of the really light brown that I just used. And I'm just going to blend her towards this way. Just like that. And then I'm going to do it one more time. The tiniest bit of the really light brown mixed in with the lighter brown. Kind of like blending it up just a little bit. It's looking so pretty. Okay, so from here I'm going to go in with the darker brown just to give me that darker part in this section here. And then I'm back in with those two colors again. Blending it up into your crease. Just enough so you can see it. You don't want to overpower where the crease is because you're trying to make it look blended. And then going back in with the lighter brown, just the lighter brown, and just adding it to that spot there. I'm gonna add her a little bit to where my waterline is, so that way when I put my eyeliner you can see the brown. Just like that. Okay, so from here is where I'm going to show you what shimmer I'm going to use, or if I'm going to use some glitter. I think I'm going to use a little bit of shimmer and some glitter, so give me one sec. Okay, so I found the shade that I wanted to do. It is from Luxby Cosmic Palette. I love this palette. And so we're going to be using this one right here. This is Jewel Bug. She is a orangey green purple shift. She is absolutely gorgeous. You can see a little bit of the purple towards the bottom, the orange, and the green. So she's multicolored and she's gorgeous. So we're going to use a flat brush. You can use your fingers, since I have long nails. I use a flat brush to add her to my lids. If I need to, I will add with my actual nail, my fingers. But I get the same payoff with my brush that I do with my nails. I mean, my fingers. So adding a little bit more and a she's so pretty. I'm not sure if Cosmic is still available if you are looking for a nice... Ooh, she's pretty. I haven't used her in quite a while. But if you are looking for a nice palette to work with some beautiful duochromes and multi-chromes, this definitely is one that you should try out. She is gorgeous, and we're just gonna add her, we're gonna bring her out up into the brow, just like so. So if you see, she is gorgeous. I'm just gonna add just a little bit more, just to make sure that I covered every section of my eye. Make sure to get close to the lines as possible, as like so. And if you do go over those lines, just go in with your brush that you used for that darker shade and just add in the lines. You can also kind of like bring her up a little bit more, just like that. And then for this one, I'm just gonna add with the other brush that we used, I'm just going to drag it alongside that line that we created. So she looks just like that. She's so gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little bit of glitter, and this one is the Winter Stack from Luxby. This is Snow. I'm going to add Snow, and she is a gold, blue, purple, blue shift to her. She is gorgeous, and when you add her on, she gives this golden color, and she is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to add just some sparkle, just a tad bit of it. If you can see, she's gorgeous. I'm just going to apply her right onto my lid, not going in a swoopy motion because you want to keep the duochrome shadow in place. I'm just dabbing her into the glitter just to get kind of like a starry theme, you know what I mean? Not trying to get too much, you just want enough like so, just to be able to kind of dab her on like this, just to give you a little bit of extra sparkle on your lid. I love the extra sparkles. Gonna add a little bit more onto the actual lid of mine, like right here. Going little by little, so I'm not adding too much because I don't want to add too much and I don't want to add too little. So I'm going little by little. I'm also going to add just a little bit right here into the inner corner. And just bringing her up just like that. So when you do open your eyes, you can see the glitter and you can also see the duochrome as well. And add a little bit more. Just like that. Do I have some on the ends? I do now. Okay, so from here we're gonna go in with the eyeliner. I'm gonna close this up so that way my glitters do not dry out. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise. No, this is not it. That's my eyebrow pencil. Not that one, not that one. Okay, so I'm looking for my thing. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Pharmacy Black. And if I can find my eyeliner from e.l.f., it wasn't that one. Oh, here you are. This is my liner. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Liner. And I love these liners, the retractable ones, because I'm able to put it on my waterline without it irritating my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it underneath my eye, and then I'm just going to stamp and kind of like brush outwards. Stamp and brush out. And if you see, I have the color on my thing, on my waterline, and you're just going to continue on doing the same motion on the upper line for your tight line. And the only reason why I do it this way is because if I do the swiping motion, it irritates my eyes so bad that I start to cry. So I just do that kind of a motion. When I do get to the inner corner, I do kind of like just stamp it on and swoop to the side, but not like a hard swooping, you know what I mean? So let's go here. Hope you can see. So I'm just kind of like stamping it on. I'm not even like moving. I'm actually allowing my blinks to move along the pen itself. Okay, so at the bottom, what I'm going to do is go in, pull down a little bit, and then just add her to the waterline here. This part I do go back and forth. This part does not irritate me. I know some do, and you could always use that method the way I do the top to the bottom too. From here, we're going to do the top liner. I also like to use see the angle that this has on it? I like to bring this angle sideways and then kind of like make an inner corner like line, just to deepen this part of my eye, just to give you like that elongated cat eye look. Gonna fix that really quick. I'm going to darken it up a little bit just so it matches. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so from here we're gonna do the Pharmacy's black liner, and I'm running out of this, so I do need to get another black liner. So I'm only stamping the beginning just above my waterline, just like that, kind of following where your eyelid is and your waterline, because you don't want to disturb the glitter and you don't want to disturb your lid either. So when you get to here, you're just going to follow the waterline and then just bring it up just a little bit. So in a way, you are darkening up the brown part of what you just finished doing. And I'm just lightly dabbing on that liner, kind of almost blending her in. So I'm going to close the cap. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my brown liner, and she does need sharpening. I don't know why. I have not used her in quite a while. So with the brown liner, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this up into here, going over the black and over on top of the dark brown that we just did, and blending the black into that brown, kind of like that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the brown brush that we just used. We'll use the darker brown, and we're going to blend those two lines that we just did with the black and the brown together. I'm blending it towards that way. That's where this comes in, and you're going to do the same thing, but you're only doing it on the top. Like so. Okay, so from here we're going to bring in those three browns, and we're going to add them to the waterline, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I added the dark brown on the bottom, the light brown here, and with whatever I had left on the multi-chrome jewel bug that I use, I just kind of tapped her into this part here, kind of like brushing her into the browns, just like so. She's a beautiful color. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little bit more of the brown up here. Just a little bit, just to give, just to kind of like make the, my crease look a little bit darker. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because my crease, my hooded eyes, do not allow me to wear certain looks, because you can see like my lid space is very limited, but I work with it, and you can too if you do have hooded eyes. So I'm just going to add in just a little bit of the darker brown, just like this, kind of giving me that like bat wing illusion, but it's going to be more subtle than an actual the actual I can say the actual bat wing. So I'm just gonna add in the lighter brown just to kind of like sharpen it up a little bit, and then we're going to add, see how the difference that was? So much better. And if you do have hooded eyes, doing a bat wing on a hooded eyes looks 10 times better than actually having just a very small wing. So I'm going to add just a little bit of that jewel bug, whatever is left on the brush that I have here, on kind of on top of that. So it gives you something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken up this one here as well. And then bring it up a little bit more. kind of like feathering it out. Just like this. Just to give it a little bit more darkness. Just like that. Okay, so the lashes that I'm going to use, let me find them and I'll show you what they are. Okay, so from Luxby Aesthetics, this one is called Spike. She is a black natural lash with some black accents sparkle at the end, and I'll show you what she looks like on. And then I'm going to do this eye, put on the rest of my face, put on a beautiful wig, and then I will show you what she looks like all done up, or what I look like all done up. So this is Spike. She's not glued on, but you get what she looks like. Okay, so let me finish this eye, let me finish the makeup, and I will be right back to show you the final results.